Have you ever wondered how a small city-state in Italy grew to become one of the most powerful empires in history? The story of Rome, dear listeners, is a tale of ambition, bravery, and fortitude. Its roots stretch back to the 8th century before the Common Era, when, as legend tells us, the city was founded in 753 BC. The founders, Romulus and Remus, twin brothers raised by a she-wolf, according to Roman mythology. The city, named after Romulus, the first king of Rome, was initially a kingdom. It was a time of monarchs, when 7 kings ruled one after another, each contributing to the growth and development of Rome. They established its fundamental institutions, laying a solid foundation for the city's future. But Rome was not destined to remain a kingdom. In 509 BC, a revolution sparked a significant shift in Rome's political landscape. The monarchy was overthrown, and the Roman Republic was established. This was an era that marked the beginning of a new chapter in Roman history. The Republic was a significant departure from the monarchy. It introduced a system where power was not inherited, but held by elected officials. It was a time when the people of Rome had a say in the governance of their city, where the rule of law held sway, and where the seeds of democracy were sowed. This period was also marked by expansion. Rome, once a small city-state, began to extend its influence across the Italian peninsula. By taking control of neighboring territories, Rome was steadily growing in power and prestige. It was flexing its muscles, ready to step onto the world stage. And so, with the establishment of the Republic, Rome began its journey to becoming an empire. A city that was once just a speck on the map was now poised to become a colossal force, an entity whose influence would echo through the corridors of time, shaping the course of history in ways that would be remembered for millennia to come. With the establishment of the Republic, Rome began its journey to becoming an empire. But how did the Republic transform into an empire? Well, the Roman Republic began to stretch its wings across the Italian peninsula, with its influence seeping into every corner. This expansion wasn't a walk in the park, though. It was a series of hard-fought conquests, key wars, and battles. One of the most significant was the Punic Wars, a collection of 3 wars waged by Rome against the city of Carthage. It was a grueling contest of power, stretching over a century, with Rome eventually emerging victorious. This victory not only expanded Roman territory but also marked them as a formidable power. But the Republic wasn't just about wars and conquests. It was also about the men who led them. One such figure was Julius Caesar. A military genius, Caesar was instrumental in the further expansion of the Republic. His conquest of Gaul extended the Roman world all the way to the Atlantic Ocean, with the Rhine River and the Danube River becoming the new borders of the Republic. Yet his rise to power was not without controversy. Caesar's growing influence and disregard for Republican traditions led to political turmoil. The Senate, feeling threatened, ordered him to disband his army and return to Rome. But Caesar had other plans. In a bold move, he crossed the Rubicon River with his army, effectively declaring war on the Senate. This act sparked a civil war, leading to Caesar becoming the dictator of Rome and signaling the end of the Republic. But here's the twist. While the Republic was expanding its territories, it was also planting the seeds of its own downfall. The increasing wealth disparity, political corruption, and the frequent power struggles created an unstable environment. The Republic became a victim of its own success. The very factors that had led to its expansion were the ones that led to its end. The Republic's expansion set the stage for the birth of an empire, but it also sowed the seeds of its own downfall. So, as the Republic crumbled, a new form of government was on the rise, one that would create an empire like no other. But that, my friends, is a story for another time. So, how did the Roman Empire officially come into being? Well, the transition from republic to empire was not an overnight affair. It was a gradual process that began with the reign of Julius Caesar, a military general who amassed power and essentially ruled Rome. But as you may know, his reign was cut short when he was assassinated in 44 BC. This event led Rome into a period of civil unrest and power struggles known as the Roman Civil Wars. Emerging from this chaos was Caesar's adopted son Octavian, known to us today as Augustus. He was a cunning and strategic politician who managed to outmaneuver his rivals, including Mark Antony, a fellow general and one-time ally. After defeating Antony and Cleopatra at the Battle of Actium in 31 BC, Augustus stood as the unchallenged ruler of Rome. However, He was wise enough to understand that Rome could not stomach another dictator after Caesar. So he presented himself not as a monarch but as a princeps, or first citizen. He maintained the facade of the republic, with its senate and other institutions, but the true power was firmly in his hands. This clever political maneuvering marked the birth of the Roman Empire. In 27 BC, Augustus became the first emperor, marking the end of the Roman Republic. His rule initiated a period of peace and prosperity known as the Pax Romana, Latin for Roman peace. This era, lasting over 2 centuries, was characterized by stable government, a booming economy, and remarkable architectural achievements. Under Augustus, the Roman Empire expanded its boundaries, and its influence stretched from Britain in the west to the Near East in the east. He left a lasting legacy, shaping the empire that would dominate the Mediterranean world for centuries to come. Thus, in 27 BC, the Roman Empire was born, and a period of relative peace, the Pax Romana, began. But what made the Roman Empire so powerful and influential? Let's transport ourselves back to the peak of the Roman Empire. Under the rule of Trajan, the empire was at its zenith, stretching from the misty shores of Britain to the sun-drenched sands of Egypt. It was an awe-inspiring sight, a testament to Roman strength, resilience, and ambition. With its vast territories, the Roman Empire needed a robust infrastructure to maintain control and ensure efficient communication and transport. And so they built, with a scale and ambition that was unprecedented. Their roads, aqueducts, and bridges, some of which still stand today, were marvels of engineering. They crisscrossed the empire, connecting remote provinces with the heart of Rome, facilitating not just trade and military movements, but also the spread of ideas and culture. The Romans were not just master builders, but also pioneers of law and governance. Their legal system, with its emphasis on the equality of citizens before the law, laid the groundwork for modern legal principles. They introduced concepts such as innocent until proven guilty, and the right to face one's accuser, principles that have shaped legal systems across the world. And then there was the cultural influence. From language to art, from architecture to philosophy, the Romans left an indelible mark on the Western world. Latin, the language of the Romans, evolved into the Romance languages we know today, including Italian, Spanish, French, and Romanian. Their art and architecture, with its grandeur and symmetry, continues to inspire and influence modern aesthetics. But perhaps the Romans' most enduring legacy is the idea of Rome itself. The concept of a unified empire, governed by laws and bound by a common culture, has been a recurring theme in Western civilization, from the Holy Roman Empire to the United States. The Roman Empire's power and influence were unparalleled, leaving a lasting legacy that still resonates today. The echoes of Rome can still be heard, its influence seen, and its spirit felt in our modern world. But all empires eventually fall, don't they? The Western Roman Empire was no exception to this rule, and its decline culminated in its fall in AD 476. The decline of the Roman Empire was a gradual process, owing to a myriad of internal and external factors. One of the most significant internal issues was economic crises. The empire's vast size required immense resources to maintain. Over time, heavy taxation and inflation led to economic instability and a decline in living standards. The once thriving cities began to decay, and the grandeur of Rome started to fade. Military issues also played a significant role in the empire's fall. The Roman army was stretched thin across its vast territories. The reliance on foreign mercenaries who had little loyalty to the empire weakened the military's effectiveness. Corruption and political instability further eroded the strength of the empire from within. But it was the relentless pressure from the barbarian invasions that pushed the empire to its breaking point. The Visigoths, Ostrogoths, Vandals, and others saw the weakening empire as an opportunity. They began to chip away at the borders, eventually sacking Rome multiple times. These invasions were the final nail in the coffin for the Western Roman Empire. In AD 476, the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was overthrown by the Germanic king Odoacer. This marked the end of the Western Roman Empire, an empire that had lasted for over 500 years. But even as the empire crumbled, its legacy endured. The Roman Empire's influence on law, language, architecture, and government is still evident in the modern world. Its rise and fall is a testament to the power of human ambition and the impermanence of earthly glory. Despite its fall, the Roman Empire's impact on the world remains profound and enduring. So, what can we learn from the rise and fall of the Roman Empire? The journey from a humble city-state to a republic, and then to a dominant empire, reveals the fluid nature of power. At its zenith, the empire was a beacon of civilization and culture, but, like all, it too succumbed to an inevitable decline. From a small city-state to a powerful empire, the Roman Empire's story is a testament to the transient nature of power and the enduring impact of culture and civilization.